And we are back, dear viewers, after the light exhibition itself. With us, we would like to welcome our guest, Maria Shukri. Of course, she's a certified Think Buzan licensed trainer for speed reading and mind maps, MBTI, certified practitioner, certified coach. So we're really happy to have you here in Hala, Kuwait.
Thank you so much for having me.
So at the beginning, maybe we would like to tell the audience, what does, let's say, the speed reading actually stands for?
Okay, speed reading it's a technique.
Yes.
What we have learned in school is the traditional way in reading, and it takes time. Speed reading makes the normal person reads around 150 words per minute. But when you learn speed reading, your speed might go up to 1,000 or 2,000, which means that in less than an hour you can finish a book.
Yeah.
So it's a very nice technique. Personally, I benefited a lot. I read a lot since I learned speed reading, because we always think that reading will take time, so we abandon the books.
Yes, yes, indeed.
But if we tell the people and we make awareness that there is a new technique, there are a lot of techniques for reading, not only the traditional way, word by word, and repeating and everything. They will maybe encourage to start reading more, and this is very important. It's very important, especially for the youth, because they need to read.
Yes. So as you just mentioned now, that it is really important for us to know the new techniques when it comes into reading, in order for us to start to read and to know more when it comes into reading itself. So how important is this, let's say, kind of technique when it comes into the readers themselves?
Let me tell you that speed reading was discovered. People read speed read
Yes.
long ages.
Yes.
But for example, President Roosevelt used to read, while he was the president of the United States,
Yes.
he used to read 2 books a day. And the same thing with President Kennedy. And then President Kennedy took a decision that no one works in the White House without learning speed reading.
Yes.
So it is very important, and it makes you read a lot, and it makes you make awareness, broaden horizon, read more, learn more. This is why we need to learn speed reading.
Yes, yes. So also when it comes into the way that, let's say, you've been associated with the speed reading itself, like how did you, let's say, discover it, like, and started to be meant, let's say, to master it?
Actually, I read about it in 2006. And then I was so surprised what was the meaning of speed reading, and I started searching.
Yeah.
But I took a course in 2009, and then I became a trainer. And then I went again to London and took the certification from Tony Buzan, since he is now #1 in speed reading and mind mapping.
Yes.
It was very exciting. It was very exciting. I can't even tell you.
Yes. So also when it comes into, let's say, the reason behind you trying to master, let's say, the speed reading itself, like why did you, let's say, not only been satisfied by knowing about it, but you actually went and actually, let's say, started to master it and have your certificate in order for you to teach people? Like, what did attract you in that part?
I loved reading since I was a child.
Yes.
But then I abandoned reading because, you know, when you go to the routine life and you go to your work and you come and you have your family, you don't read. And suddenly I felt that I became so ignorant.
Yes.
And I wanted to learn more. And I found that there is a lot in the world that I need to learn more. So I was so interested in
Yes.
speed reading. The idea by itself was so attracting for me.
Yes.
This is what made me really put that effort. I took 2 certifications because, I mean, I wanted to see different kinds of training, and it was really different. The training that I got in 2009 was so much different from the training that I got from Tony Buzan. Completely 2 different concepts, and this
Yes.
has really benefited me because I train people.
Yes.
And you need to learn different kinds of methods to
Yes.
train.
So Mario, when it comes into reading fast, like, do actually a person understand what he reading when it comes into the reading, let's say, when he is in a speed?
Everybody asks this question because they think that when they speed read, that it's not going to be, they will not understand and comprehend like the normal traditional reading. And the problem is that they don't know that our brain works much more faster than our eyes. The speed of our eyes, it reads about 100 words per minute. But the speed of our mind is more than 50,000 words per minute. This is why when you start reading and you are slow, you start thinking of other things.
Yes,
you get distracted. Why? Because the brain needs you to be fast and you are going too slow. So no, when you speed read, you comprehend more than reading word by word.
Yes.
But people have to try it. If they don't try it, they will not believe it.
Yes, indeed, I couldn't agree more, because trying is the most important thing. Once, as you said, you try something, like some people, let's say, don't like to read and they don't even try or bother to read. But once, let's say, they find the right book and start trying to read a little bit, they start to like it. So yes, I do agree with you on that point, where people should actually try speed reading itself. Yes.
When we did the previous training at the Dar al-Athar al-Islamiyya in December,
Yes.
there was a lady who read a book, and it was a mystery, and her speed went up to 1,500 words per minute, and she finished the book, and she was shocked. And I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "The problem is that I do understand everything that I read. I can't just imagine that I did that in such a short time."
Yes.
And she was so shocked. And that was satisfying for me, because the minute you feel it, you will love it, but you have to try it.
Yes, indeed. So also when it comes into the hours that a person could actually spend on, let's say, trying to master speed reading itself, like how many hours does it take for a person?
Traditionally, it needs 15 hours of training. But people right now don't really like to spend that much. So what we are doing is we're doing it about 8 hours. Yeah.
8 hours.
8 hours. But the most important thing, I believe, is that after you do a speed reading course, is to really have a weekly meetings with the people and have them read, because the minute, so it becomes a habit, because the minute it becomes a habit, they will always speed read.
Yes, and I think it's more of a competitive thing. Like maybe you could like have a person with you in the same room trying to, let's say, have a timer and start to read, and the ones who actually, let's say, finish first will be, let's say, you create it, and then they can exchange what they actually, let's say,
this is a dream. This is my dream. My dream is to have a club for reading. Have the people who do speed reading come, and let's say we have 10 people. Everyone reads something, and we finish it within an hour, and then everyone talks about the book. Imagine how much knowledge you will be spreading around.
Yes, indeed. Yes, I couldn't agree more when it comes into spreading knowledge itself. So this is the part when it comes into speed reading itself. And also you've been, let's say, a certified coach at the same time.
Yes.
So now lots of people we see through social media and through everywhere are really, let's say, heading towards coaching itself and trying to have certificates when it comes into coaching. So when it comes into coaching, what does it stand for exactly?
Coaching is really helping people to get to their target, but they take the decision. You just ask them, and you just make them search for the solution. This is very important, because this is a huge difference between coaching and counseling.
Yes.
When you go to a counsel advises you. No, the coach makes you search for answers.
Yes.
They tell you what is the target, and you try to help them get to the target, but by their own decision, and they take the responsibility for that.
Yes.
So everybody now is talking about coaching, but are they really using the right tools of coaching? This is a huge question. You see that on social media. Master trainer, coaching, everybody goes to a coach. They think coaching, if you go to a coach, it's better than going to a psychiatrist if they really need psychiatric help. And this is wrong. Coaching is where you push people to search and reach the goal. You only ask questions, you never give answers. And the person has to find the answer by himself. So he chooses what he really wants.
So it's like you're the person who turns the trigger on, like, yes, you just lead him towards the path itself.
Yes.
Well, that's really amazing to hear about that, and it's really amazing to have you here with us, Maria. And of course, the, let's say, topic is really interesting and it's really long, and we should really have more than one episode to discuss it, of course, but time isn't assisting us, of course. So when it comes into last words you would like to give the audience on the part, any kind of advice you would like to give the audience that are watching?
I would like for coaching, I would like to advise the young students in high school to do career coaching, because now there are new careers in the world. A lot of careers are disappearing, and plus they need to do the MBTI and the strong to know their personality and what really goes with their personality. So when they work, they are satisfied and fulfilled. This is very important. I do wish that people, and especially the youth or the people who are not happy in their career, to do career coaching. This is very important.
Well, thank you very much, Maria. Shukr for your time.
Thank you.
It was really a pleasure having you.
Thank you.